Here is a total crypto market cap chart zoomed out. If you want to look back here, March 2024, around $2.7 trillion market cap, and think that was the top and it's just game over. Before the Bitcoin halving even happened, that was it. That was the top. Not to mention, we never even broke all-time high from last cycle. If you want to think that was it, be my guest. But in this video, I'm going to explain why I think that is just not right. Just my opinion. And I want to really just break down the macro roadmap of crypto, Bitcoin. We're going to look at some charts and a couple of key data points that I really want to talk about. It's going to be a quick one. It's 4th of July. I've got my 4th of July attire on. I'm hanging out, everybody. I have family over. This is going to be straight to the point. So please hit the subscribe, hit the like. On the way in, let's jump into the video. And I have to do this. So please don't mind me. But happy anniversary, even more importantly, to my wife. We got married 6 years ago today on the 4th of July. So, mi amor, I love you. I thank God for you. And I hope you have an awesome 4th of July. So that is a very special shout out that I had to do today. And I will probably do that every year. This is the total crypto market cap chart. This zoomed out on the daily. Here's the Bitcoin halving, which I think is so necessary to always keep in mind when we're looking at this roadmap of crypto. But here's the thing. Before we even dive into what Bitcoin's doing, even on the short term, what Bitcoin is doing, this is a crazy move right now that I'm excited to talk about. There's two things I want to discuss. Let me start here. This is the fear and greed index at 44. You can see it's actually in fear territory. And to a certain degree, I disagree with what this is saying. And let me explain what I mean. This is something I've actually not seen before in covering crypto on this YouTube channel for almost 7 years. I posted this a little bit ago. I said it's crazy to see how many people think they're entitled to new all-time highs at this moment of the crypto cycle. Bitcoin halving was only 75 days ago. Bull market highs in previous two cycles happened 500 plus days after Bitcoin halving. A lot of people are not paying attention. And I think somebody in the comments said something about it's just people are being greedy. And that's the thing that's so weird. This is saying we're in fear territory. And I don't know if it's new people in the crypto space that have no patience or what it is, but people are they're acting so entitled to all-time high. Like we should be at all-time high right now. And that is greed in my view. So yeah, it says we're in fear, 44, but the sentiment, what I'm seeing in so many of the comments, the expectations of people, we should be at all-time high, it seems greedy. And this is the chart that I've been talking about. Here's 549 days after the Bitcoin halving last cycle is when all-time highs, things were going crazy. Here's the cycle before that, 518 days or so after the Bitcoin halving. Right now, the Bitcoin halving just happened. I've been talking about this nonstop on this YouTube channel. It is so beneficial. I mean, at least for me and for my mental state as I'm watching and working in the crypto space, just to zoom out on this chart. This is a monthly chart. We talk about things like those date range data points. We talk about the RSI, the momentum oscillator here, how it has not even gotten started post Bitcoin halving, meaning you can see post Bitcoin halving's last cycle, how overbought it got in the last previous cycles, 3 cycles. We've not even had a move to the upside after the Bitcoin halving this cycle around, and we've just had a consolidation. If we want a launch pad for a parabolic bull run for Bitcoin and crypto in general, this move, though painful in the shorter to midterm, is the best possible thing that could be happening right now. The other thing I just saw was this post from TechDev. Just look at this. Look at this. In terms of cycles, and this is a zoomed out, this is kind of like the kind of emotion aspect of crypto. You can see that really this is like the exit of the bear market, that white line. And here's where we are. This first sentiment extreme. Optimism reaches moderate extreme. And then we're kind of falling and consolidation, which where we are into this bear trap, as it's called here. Correction fed by overvaluation concerns and premature fears that cycle has ended. This, I think, premature fear. Although we have that greed aspect worked into the markets, at least worked into my comments. People are thinking that altcoin should be at all-time high, and that's historically not where we should be right now. So we still have so much fun left for this cycle, and I really wanted to discuss that. I mean, that's really all I wanted to talk about in this video, but I figure we can take a glance at Bitcoin charts as well, because on the short term, there's some cool things happening. Number one, let's just get right to this inverse head and shoulders we were tracking. That right shoulder, I mean, we're getting a kind of a double bottom here. The right shoulder pretty much gone. This isn't really going to be something to track anymore, which is kind of a bummer because it was fun to track, $90,000 target. But we start tracking other things, right? In the very short term, here's where we are. We're at the 200-day moving average with Bitcoin. Let's see how this daily candle closes. Around almost 7 hours left of the current daily candle. But more importantly, this being tested right now, the higher low on the macro. If I go to a weekly, 80% of you know what that is. It's a bull market high to bear market low, Fibonacci, that green range. It's the bull market doors. This area we get every cycle. We've broken it way early. We broke it so early. And we're actually testing it as support even sooner than when it was broken to the upside last cycle. So again, the way that I look at all of this data and how Bitcoin is moving, crypto is moving a little bit differently than last cycle from data points like this. I take it as very bullish. I look at it as a very positive thing that we're getting this sense of consolidation at this stage of the cycle to this Fibonacci retracement. Instead of sitting here post 2024 halving and saying, man, when's Bitcoin going to break up to the bull market doors like previous cycles? Here it is last cycle after the Bitcoin halving. We're saying, yo, is Bitcoin going to test for support and see support? And we've seen fear in the market right now, and there's still room to the downside to the bottom of this range, a 618 range, around 48,000. I forget exactly who posted it, but we have I think the next liquidation potentially for Bitcoin is around 54,000, I think is what I saw. It's potential we could just capitulate to that area. We're at 58 already. We've fallen. But this entire range of support is something I'm watching. Interesting also to note the 50-week moving average approaching the lower end of that area. So maybe just consolidating in between these moving averages isn't a bad thing, but we'll see. I don't know when Bitcoin will bounce. I don't know what's going to happen, but when you zoom out even on a weekly, it's kind of like, here's the exit of the bear market. We're entering this Bitcoin halving. We have so much time left, I think, of this cycle. What's wrong with consolidation? In my view, nothing. We go back to the daily chart. This is what it looks like. You know, we could have maybe a double bottom of support at the upper end of the Fibonacci and we start bouncing back to the upside and people get bullish again. Maybe we fall into the range. This is all something that we can track and we'll continue to track. This entire swing low back here before that blast off pre-halving, all of this, months of consolidation. So what I'm looking at right now is kind of this other higher low support. There's our macro bull market doors, but swing low to swing high. Where's the Fibonacci in that move, right? I always am looking for the Fibonacci's. For me, when we place this from swing low to swing high, we have a Fibonacci down here, mid-range of that bull market door area, around 51,000 to the lower range, 45,000. So that's kind of a shorter to mid-term fail-safe support for Bitcoin if it's going to keep falling. And we will absolutely see on the daily chart. Look at the daily chart. Bitcoin already hitting oversold. And right now, maybe putting in some bullish divergence as I'm doing this video. If we just check this out, bullish divergence being we have a lower low on price and we're getting a higher low setup on the RSI. This could be exactly what we want to see in the consolidation phase that's happening right now before the next move up. This is kind of what happened back here, right? Look at this higher low momentum on the Bitcoin oscillator while Bitcoin price was kind of more sideways. This is even potentially more bullish as we get lower low on price, higher low on the RSI here. So we'll continue tracking that. We'll continue tracking this support here, and we'll continue tracking crypto markets in general. Everybody, I hope you're doing well out there. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day today. Please, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe, turn notifications on, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. It's all about patience, everybody, and we'll see what happens next. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.